Happy Friday, everyone. So I'm so happy today is Friday. God is good. Workout's been complete. Workflow in progress. Yeah. So today is March 16th, 2018, and it's about morning time. So today I made the initiative to go to the body pump class at One Life Fitness. So today I actually went to the one that was close to my house because today I will be working from home mainly. So I went to the one close to my house out of convenience. So the one close to my house, I didn't even realize it. It's like 6 minutes from my house. 6 minutes. So that worked out perfect. So what I did last night after I made the other two videos, I looked at the schedule for the Greenbrier One Life to check out their different classes to see what any of the classes would work with my schedule today. So that's what I did, and I saw there was some classes. There was a class like 5 a.m. and stuff, but I'm working on some other things I'm trying to do early in the morning, like prayer. So I'm trying to leave that space left for the Lord. But I was able to see a spot for the body pump class at 9:15 this morning. So I'm like, that would be perfect. So cause the classes are only like an hour, so that will work perfect, and I'll be able to do that, and then I could begin work. So great. So anyways, things that I have learned today that I'm learning in this first week of going back to the gym and working out after 2 years. So I want to say it was about 2 years since my last time I went to the gym, and I think the last gym I went to was Anytime Fitness. I used to have a membership with them because it was convenient and where my old office was located. So today, the things that I learned today was that I am out of shape. Ask questions as well as stay open to learning. So those are the three main things I learned today. Number one, that I am out of shape. I have realized today. Number two, ask questions. And number three, stay open to learning. So before I went to the body pump class, I first called the gym at like 8:30 to ask them, is the class still going on? Because, life happens and sometimes the classes get canceled because the the instructor's not able to be there for whatever reason. So I make sure before I get there and get disappointed and I just have to do something else. But I did that, so the class was still open. And then while I was on the phone, I asked them, is there anything that I need to bring or be prepared for before this class? Because I don't want to show up to the class completely lost, because this is the first actual One Life Fitness class that I'm taking. They have mini classes you could choose from. So this particular one is called Body Pump, and it was actually recommended by the sales rep that helped sign me up on Wednesday. So when I told him my goals on my personal fitness, he highly recommended that class to start out with Body Pump. So I'm taking that advice. There's no point of receiving advice and you do not do nothing with it. So I decided to do that. Went in, and I came in and I saw see, this is why I have so much to learn. I don't even know the names for the stuff that they use for the body pump class, but I see different, like the step, I don't know what you call them, but whatever the thing that you step on for aerobics or whatever, they had that out, some mats out, some weights out. So supposedly you have to get your own stuff and get yourself ready for the class. So you don't want to show up for your class right at 9:15. You want to show up for this class at least by 9 o'clock so you can get yourself situated and you get the things you need, because you need to choose your own weight sizes and things like that. So I could have went in blindsided and ignorant, and of course I didn't know exactly. So what I did was I saw some ladies already in there talking, and I just was like, excuse me, this is my first day here. can you tell me? And before I even finished my sentence, it was two older ladies. And they're like, yeah, you're trying to figure out what you're going to do, like what you need. So, so right then they was very helpful, very nice. It was three women, it was three women, two older, like elderly ladies, and one like older as in middle age older. So they began helping me out, telling me what type of weights would be great for the beginner. So, I was thankful that there was people already there and people willing to help me. And so I took it. I could have went in and be like, I don't want anyone to think that I'm brand new here, but people know when you're advanced with going to the gym and you're used to it, who's part of that gym, who's not a part of that gym. You could even tell how people come in and their body mannerisms and behaviors. You could tell who's, people first time being there. So it was very obvious that it was my first class, body pump class. So, it's not my first class ever taking at a gym. I've taken other classes in the past, but like I said before, I've not been to the gym in 2 years, and I have not been to a class probably longer than that, because the gym I was at, I wasn't taking classes. I was just doing a lot of individual personal workouts. So it's been a very long time I even sat in a class. And that's one of the reasons, once again, I chose to do a gym, for accountability and to have other people around me for that support and that encouragement as well. And also making sure that I'm doing things the right way. So jumping right in. So with this body pump class, you are supposed to, you have different size weights. And I started off fairly small, but I worked my way up. So you have a lot of like deadlifts and just benches, like bench presses, and she has you laying down. She got you moving around. The instructor have you moving around. She has you laying down. She has you standing up. You're doing different types of stretches throughout the workout. And I really feel it right here. Like this arm right here, I really feel it. And it's crazy because you use both arms. You rotate your arms and your legs. But I really feel it like right here on this arm, my right arm today. And I guess because I don't really use my right arm because I'm left-handed, so it makes sense. So I purposely put myself in the front, and there's another YouTuber on here that I've been listening to, and one of the things they said was Raymond Isaiah. He mentioned that get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And so I feel like that's what my whole life is. I'm always put myself in uncomfortable situations and taking risks. So I had the choice to sit in the back of the room. I had the choice to be in the middle and just trying to camouflage myself in, even though I didn't have a clue what was going on. But I purposely put myself in the front of the class so I could be able to look at the instructor. So I wasn't like in the middle of the class, but I was towards the right end, and this mirrors all over the classroom too, which is great. So I was all the way towards the right, but I was in the front. And the lady behind me, she's a regular. Another lady that was close to me, she was a regular. So they was very helpful as well. So throughout this workout, and I purposely did that because I want to be able to see the instructor, and I want the instructor to see me to make sure I'm doing these workouts, these movements the right way. And I feel like it worked out perfect because, granted, yes, this is new to me, and of course I was doing some things not correctly the right way. So she would stay where she was at, like in front of everybody, and she was calling me out like the entire class. And in the past, I noticed in the past, about 2-3 years ago, if that would have happened to me, I would be so embarrassed. And those are the things in the past that I was always afraid of, and I did not like when people would call me out with workouts and exercising and things like that. I always try to like be in the middle somewhere, so like I'm not noticed. But I purposely made myself notice because I'm like, I have a goal. Like I have a goal, and my eye is on that goal and on that goal right now, and I have to stay focused on it because I'm like, part of that goal, I have to get my body right. So I'm like, okay. So with that being said, she was great about it. It's like she just incorporated calling me out in the workout. Like I have personally never experienced that. But it was really cool, and I just smiled like the whole time through the workout. Like I didn't feel picked on or anything like that. Like she was helping me, and I think that's what some of us need to realize when people are telling you something. Like when an expert, when a professional is telling you about something and they're giving you advice, you need to listen. Like they're expert in that arena. So if you're working in that field that they're in, you could take something from them. So yeah. So, and then in the middle of the workout, right? So in the middle of the workout, they start switching different weights and people start moving around. I really still didn't know what was going on. I'm like, okay, why y'all moving around? I thought y'all had everything there. So people will go back and move things and get other weights or whatever. So one of the old ladies, I had the 2.5 weights or whatever for another activity. And one of the ladies was like, those are too small. She wasn't the instructor. She was one of the ladies that's advanced that was, near me that goes to the classes all the time. They're like elderly ladies. And I was like, I was smiling and I'm thinking to myself, how does she know it's too small for me? She don't know my body. Like I'm thinking this in 5 seconds. I'm like, how would she know this? Like, how does she know my body? And sure enough, when I start doing the things, I'm like, yeah, it is too light. She's right. So what I did, I dropped those weights. I went in the back and picked me up heavier weights. I think I picked up 10s. Yeah, I picked up 10 each weight. So I actually was working out with like 20 pounds today. So with that particular workout that we was working on, and I was like, okay, she was right, and so that's what that, I learned with that, like listen to the people around you, even though some people maybe don't know how, sometimes it's not what you say, sometimes it's how you say it, but doesn't matter at this moment in time where we was at the moment in time, it didn't really care how she said it, like she was right. 100% she was right. It was too light. So I'm just learning as I go. And if I could just say open to learning, I will be all right. Also, another thing I forgot to mention, and that's another thing I have learned today too. So the number one thing that I learned today, that I was out of shape. What was it? Number 2. I should have wrote this down. Number 3 was to stay open to learning. I'll remember number 2 for a second. I have to go back on the video, but it's in the video. But the other thing that I learned is that you could tell your body what it needs to do. And I think this is so powerful. Like, I'm always been a big person about the mind, always. Hence why my degree is in counseling and psychology. But always growing up, I always say, always go back to the mind, right? And I realized today, you can tell your body what you want it to do. You can tell your body what you want it to do. And I realized in the workouts, what were we doing? We was doing something like, trying to think exactly what workout. It was something dealing with like with the wheels, with the weights, and we was doing this, and it was like different sets of all types of stuff. It was just crazy, just different sets. And it's funny because the instructor was saying 1, 2 sets or whatever. Like she was using her language, and I had no clue what she was talking about. Like it was foreign to me. Like I don't know what she was talking about. I was just trying to follow her. But anyways, with that being said, at one point in time, man, I was like, my arms was like getting really tired to the point where like I don't think I could do this anymore. And maybe it was the Lord just giving me some advice at that moment in time, because I literally told myself, you're going to move your left arm today. You're going to move your right arm. Like I'm literally in this workout like about to just give up, and then all of a sudden I was like, you left arm going to lift up, you right arm lift up, left arm lift up, right arm lift up, like. And it was just amazing to me that you can tell your body what it needs to do. Like I thought that was so powerful, and I immediately thought about addictions, which is night and day to this. But I just thought it was so amazing that when you hear stories about people that gave up, harmful addictions like cigarettes and illegal drugs and alcohol and things like that just harms people's body and whatnot. And I would hear stories about people was able to do it in just a matter of a day, and it was fine. And I think that has so much to do with your mind and telling your body what it's going to do. Like, you can tell yourself what you're going to do. And I just thought that was so powerful. Of course, in the middle of the workout, when we was doing the leg part with the weights, even though I thought my thighs was going to fall off, so I'm going to work on telling my legs what they need to do. But I think I have it down pat that I could tell my arms what they're going to do. And I just thought that was so powerful today. You could tell your body what it needs to do. And so with that being said, it's definitely a learning experience today. But the awesome part of it all, well, all of it was awesome. All of it was awesome. But when I finished the workout was about an hour. And it's crazy because 15 minutes in the workout, no, it was about 15 minutes in the workout, I was tired. That's why I said I learned that I'm out of shape. I was like, I thought my arms and my legs was going to fall off in 13 minutes out of an hour workout. We got 45 minutes in, but guess what? I survived the entire hour class. I survived, and I ended strong. I do realize I need to work on my sit-ups. I need to work on my push-ups. I realized that my personal training orientation yesterday that I definitely need to work on my push-ups. I definitely need to work on my sit-ups. But yeah, like, it was. I'm not saying that I'm surprised how it turned out. In a way, I think it turned out in a way that I thought it was going to. I thought it was going to be more high. I thought it was going to be more intensity, but I could see why the sales rep recommended me to start off with that. That's a good start-up class for what I want to do. So that makes completely sense. And it's everybody in there, all types of ages, young, old, men, women, all types of body sizes. I mean, when I say all types of body sizes was up in there, all types of body sizes was up in there. So that was encouraging. And then, so after the end of the class, these older ladies that, was helping me at the beginning, even the lady that was telling me my weights was too small, was telling me, you did such a good job, for your first time. You did so well. It was like, they seemed like they was really surprised how well I did. First, I'm just like, please come back, be with us and whatever. And then at the end, I was like the last person, there, because I don't move as fast as everybody else return their stuff. Like, this is my first day, so I'm learning where everything's at and where I need to place everything, being careful with the weights and, the bar. And so the instructor, Miss Stephanie, she's like, when did you start joining? I told her, when I joined and everything like that. And she's like, you did such a good job today. You did awesome. You did amazing. And you really kept up. And I was telling you, this is my, of course she knew this was my first class, but she encouraged me, of course, to keep coming. So it's interesting that I guess I wasn't necessarily, I can't say I was necessarily looking for a compliment, because once again, when I came in, I was hoping to hide, but I'm like, I can't hide. So I'm not going to pursue my goals if I hide. So, but it was just encouraging, and I know they got to make money too. They make it a pretty penny off of us. I understand. So I appreciate you being nice to me. But same time, to hear from an instructor, like I said, this lady was calling me out. Like she would look at me and like call me out, do the workouts and trying to help me get in the right positions of things, of course. And for her to end is like 90 days. She's like, so good job. So I thought that was encouraging. That was very encouraging. Will I return? Of course. Like I said, the gym that I went to today was closer to my house. So this one is Greenbrier One Life, which is 6 minutes from my house. And the one at my job is only is walking distance. So I could get there between 30 seconds to 2 minutes. Like, it's right there. So like I said before, I have no excuse not to get in shape. So I'm running 20 minutes into this. So, stay open to learn, figure out, where you are, and I encourage you to just work out. So that'll be the ending of this video.